special teams this year. What are you guys going to need to do to kind of take another step in that area?
I think we're doing it right now with the preparation we had going through all the spring camp, walking into fall camp. I mean, all we did was strive forward. We didn't have to recover anything. With our class on the grasses, we literally walk through what we're going to go through at practice, and so everything's efficient, everything's effective. We're not having to rehash anything over with people who have questions. We're smooth, and I mean, we work a different unit every day. And so, at this point, I'm just excited. It's going to be great to see what happens.
As players, is there a unit you guys are particularly focused on, something you guys want to get done or get better at?
Get done or get better at, I mean, we've equally worked every unit so far. We've just kind of hit the middle of fall camp, so we still are trying to just get through everything at this point. We've got a lot of new guys in, so, a lot of people are trying to, figure out what's going on, how this system works, and so, we're trying to get all these freshmen involved. I'm trying to get them to see what we need to do. So no real particular focuses at this point.
With your experience on special teams, is that something you kind of take some leadership role in out there and kind of point those young guys in the right direction?
I mean, yeah, I fit where the team needs me, and I think right now it's at special teams, and I'm more than happy to do that. And so if people have questions, in meetings or they have anything they need to ask, yeah, I'm more than willing to try and help them out, because I remember trying to get on the scout team, trying to, get that consistency and have the coaches trust you a little bit, and it's kind of a hard process sometimes. So yeah, absolutely.
Linebacker, you're still kind of stuck behind a lot of experienced guys. How do you kind of keep fighting and keep your head up that there could be an opportunity there?
I think one of the most effective things. What I love about football is the fact that the theory of competition. There's nothing better than having multiple guys going for the same position. It brings the best out of everyone. So I'm going to do what I can to keep them on their best because, I'm still trying. I understand that Tanner Vallejo and Joey Martirano, they're amazing. I get that. I'm totally okay with that. I'm here to do what's for the best for the team. And so at this point, if what I can do to be the best is to assist them and to push them, then yeah, I'm more than willing to do that because we've definitely got depth with linebackers right now.
Where do you see yourself getting better as a linebacker?
For me, I would say one of the biggest things that's kind of holding me back personally is probably my consistency. And I think that's what the difference between good players and great players are. Is, everyone kind of gets it, everyone's athletic, everyone's strong, that's why we're here. But it's having that consistency every play, knowing the little details and being able to do what needs to be done. And that's what kind of my main focus is during this camp. Personally, one of my goals is to work on my consistency.
Some guys can kind of latch onto that special teams role and be good with that if that's what they need to do. Some guys, it really gets frustrating for them if they're not on the field on offense or defense. Where do you kind of fall on that?
I guess it's one of the things is coming out of high school and I never really thought of special teams as important. And then you kind of get into the college scene and you realize like it is a third of the game. It's a third team, it's a third unit. And so I've realized that and I've tried to embrace that. For a while I struggled, but now I understand that I hold a role, just as everyone else on the team holds a role, and it's my responsibility. If I mess up, that's on me. I can't point the finger at anyone else. It's my fault. And so, once you feel that pride of that ownership, of that responsibility of that position, then you can go anywhere with that. Possibilities are endless.
You get to open up the season against the guys that found you in the mountains
yeah.
coming out of high school. What's that going to be like seeing those guys?
They've done nothing but good for this program. I've got nothing against them. There's going to be so much going on during this game. I'm not going to have time to think about it or dwell on it. I'm glad they gave me the opportunity to come to Boise State. I'm going to do what I can to. The biggest thing for me is I'm excited that we have a home game. I have never had a first game at home. I've always been on a plane with butterflies on my stomach 10,000 feet in the air. But now, I get to stay at my house the night before, and that's nice. And that's the biggest thing for me I'm excited for.
How do you think that will be different opening the season at home? I mean, like I said, nobody on this team's ever done it.
No one's ever done it. So I know the energy is going to be huge here in the stadium. I know Boise's just waiting for it. I know we're waiting for it. So honestly, nothing bad can come from it, I think.
Defensively, what do you kind of take away Coach Hughes was saying, hey, we're not great by any means, a lot of work to do. I mean, you got a lot of talented individual guys coming back. What have you seen as far as the motivation to get better and not be complacent and that type of stuff from this group on defense?
Well, I know we got it done. We won games, and I think that was the biggest thing is at the end of the day, we won games last season. But now a lot of people understand the depth we have. They understand where we're strong, and so they're gonna hit at our weak spots. And so definitely, by no means are we perfect, but at the same time, by no means are we complacent. Absolutely, this camp has been very has pushed hard our mentality more than I think a physical. We're healthy, we all have plenty of rest, but at the same time, it's been a mental exertion to try and get those little details down to fix where we're weak, so that when we do come into these seasons, we'll throw these other teams off a little bit.
When you look around that linebacker room and see the talent you guys have in the room, what stands out about this group of linebackers to you?
I think the willingness to study. A lot of guys on other teams, you know, I'm sure they kind of take that athletic ability and they run with it kind of as far as they can. I think for us as a unit for linebackers, we're deep because the seconds know just as much as the first stringers and the thirds know just as much as the seconds. We do the film, we break it down together. Coach Avalos is an amazing coach. He focuses on every single one of us. He doesn't have favorites. He doesn't, you know, like pick people out and like give them personal, you know, he works with us as a whole unit. I think that's why the whole unit stands out, is because he's willing to work with all of us equally.